Hello guys, welcome back to Guitar Tips. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to fix if the mobile data not working on your any Pixel devices. Right? So let's get started. So first thing, what I'm going to do is let's talk about some of the possible workarounds which can fix the issue up. So you have to watch the video completely so that I'm going to share around 10 to 11 tips which can fix the issue up. So let's get started once again. So first thing, if you're having the issue with the data pack, what you have to do is you have to check whether you have used it completely or not, which means there is a limit for the daily data, right? So if you're using the much amount of data, then the access won't be getting to you. Then you have to make sure yourself that you haven't used it almost all the data, so then this issue can pop up. So make sure that there is the balance is available in your devices, so you can browse, you can download, and you can go for further things. The first thing what you have to do is this one, and this might be happening due to crossing your daily bandwidth, just like I mentioned. So you have to make sure that this is not the issue over there. Then make sure the actual problem is not with the SIM card. Refer to the solution listed under the SIM network problems, which you have to check about it. So that you have to make sure you're having a good internet. The SIM card is proper in your devices. So then only you'll be able to get connected to the internet, right? So here in the devices, I have not kept any SIM, so that if there is any kind of issues on the SIM, then you'll be getting a notification over here. Right, if you insert in SIM, you'll be having a notifications here on the SIM card, on the particular service provider details will be here. But if the SIM is not detecting, then there will be getting a message over here, which means the users will be able to understand there is some kind of mistake, or something went wrong in my SIM, and you will be not able to make calls, you'll not be able to use the internet, you'll not be able to do anything. So you'll be getting to know that, and also you'll be getting a notification here that SIM has some problems or it is not detected. So in the moment you understood there is some kind of problems with the SIM, so you have to check for it, right? That is the third one which you have to do. Then make sure if the internet service are facing an obstacle on your phone due to any other possible reasons. Sometimes, if you are, for example, I used to say, when you are connecting to the Wi-Fi, it is not an issue. But in some cases, some people used to keep. There is a habit which I have seen most of the people. They used to keep, into the flight mode, right? Most of the cases they used to keep into the flight mode. And what happens is they still wonder whether it's not going to get connected to the data pack. They're trying to open, or they're wondering what is happening. Because if you're forgetting it, then definitely you'll not be able to get into any kind of connections. So make sure, apart from the Wi-Fi, it is possible, but if you're not using the Wi-Fi, I request, once if you wanted to get connected, make sure that the flight mode is not enabled, right? Most of the people will used to get a notification here at the top, but even though there is a very high habit I have seen in the users, they used to make the flight mode and they used to connect to the Wi-Fi, so it is possible, but sometimes it is not able to get connected to the mobile data when you're trying to make it on, right? You have to think about it. Then moving on, we have to, and what should I say? So this can happen in some cases when the phone is updating and installed apps or downloading the OS updates, and check if the reasons. So make sure in some case what happens is, if you're using the phone for the multiple purpose, such as you're downloading at the same time and you're uploading something at the same time, then definitely the internet connection will be very less and very low and very slow. And at the moment you have to think yourself that if you have to cross check so that you can check in between. So as a notification bar, in most of the times, when you're downloading something, when you're uploading something, you'll be getting a notification in almost every phones right now. So you can understand from here whether if your system is going any kind of updates or any apps that's being downloaded in the background without your permissions, or by, what should I say, by automatically, sometimes it happens. So if or not is something is been uploading or something is been downloaded, because people used to spend most of the time in Netflix, as well as what should I say, in torrents and something. When you're opening your internet data packet, definitely there is a very high chance it can get in between. So make sure that no things has been running in the background that which is consuming your data, and if it is being completely used up, then you'll be not able to use it up. So this will be one of the issues here also, right? And moving on, we have to talk about the rest one is, this can happen in some cases when the phone is updating, as I mentioned. Then simply make sure that actual fault is not caused just because the storage space is not available in the phone, and this can happen in certain cases, which means you have to check your storage, right? As we know that, we all know that, but even though I have to show that for you for the video convenience, you have to go to the settings, then you have to you have to scroll down, right? Then you have to go for storage. right, in the storage. As you can see, mine I have already used 22.37 GB out of 64, which is there is still 35% I have used, and the remaining is still there, which means there is plenty amount of spaces, I should say. So if there is no space, then there will be no point when you're trying to, what should I say, when you're trying to download something, when you're making, when you're using the WhatsApp, Instagram, because some kind of automatic downloads used to be made in these apps, but if there is no space, then you can't use it up, right? So make sure that you are having enough storage in your devices, which is very important, because most time people used to forget this, right? And moving on, we have to talk about the next. It is all about, what should I say, a problem with the service provider or with the network can be a reason you have to face this fault in your phone, right? So you tried all these things, and you tried to make a call, you're not able to make it up, and you tried to enable your data pack, and you're not still able to do this, which means sometimes the problem is not actually with your devices, but it is actually with the service provider, right? You have to contact them in the recent ways, which there are some kind of way you can go and meet some of the stores, and you can say to the device repairers, and you can get some consultants from them, then you can do the further things. Okay, so this is what you have to think, right? Then check the problem is caused by the poor signal strength on a Google Pixel 4 XL, which means you have to think about it, right? If you're having the when you're trying to use the mobile data pack on, and if you're having very slow, there is some chances it happens with your phone, right? In these moments, the reset can fix the issue. You have to completely reset your devices, and sometimes it used to fix the issue, or else, because when you go for the reset, I have to make sure, notice that all the available data will be completely wiped up. So you have to make sure before going to the reset, you have to think twice, right? If you're having any kind of important data, so you have to take the backup, then you can go for the reset. And sometimes poor signal issue happens with the devices, so this can fix the issue up, right? And moving on, then the last one, what you have to do is make sure that there is no roaming is being enabled in your devices, right? You have to go for, you have to check from here itself. You can go for here, and you can make sure yourself there is no roaming is being made. And in the same way, you can go for further also. Then also you can go for here itself, and you can see whether some kind of issue is happening in between. So you have to think about it, right? And if you try all these things, and if it's still not working in your devices, I request the last thing what you have to do is you have to simply restart your devices, which is very, very important. I request in almost every videos which we post regarding the OnePlus, regarding the Realme, regarding the Motorola, I used to say to the people, you try all these things, and if it is still not working, the best fix what you can do is just restart your devices, because you have to make sure that you have tried all these things, then restart, because a restart can solve the issue, right? You have to try this in the last, not in the first, right? You have to try with these possible workarounds, and most probably this will fix the issue up, right? And that's all about it, and how to fix the mobile data issue in all Pixel devices, right? So this is Shahin signing off from Get Tips, and don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon for the notification. Any kind of suggestions are most welcome regarding this, is so that we can improve ourselves and make our viewers and subscribers more entertained. Keep practice social distance, which is very important. See you soon in the next video. Peace out.